Jennings, and welcome to Rosebrook Gardens, my home, and another episode of Northeast Living. Connecticut has so many wonderful places to live, but I recently found nestled away in Farmington Valley a 55-plus active adult community that offers so much more than just a place to live. It's a real neighborhood. I had to check it out. Hi!
Welcome to Chimney Hill,
Thank you! It's just as beautiful on the inside as it is outside.
And we are so glad to have you. I'd like to introduce you to Regine Carrier.
How do you do? It is a pleasure to meet you.
He's the builder here.
Wow.
From By Carrier. Regine gives the families the ability to customize their homes. So if you need a larger formal dining room, or you want to bump a wall out in your master bedroom, or even in the great room space, we're here to accommodate. This is the central part of the house right here.
And this space is just so gracious, but yet it's very intimate as well.
We've got many options here to choose from, but one of the other nice things about our floor plans is all the natural sunlight that comes in these homes.
You maximize all the beauty by allowing it to come inside as well. And let's talk about kitchen, because we're right next to the kitchen.
And that's what we like, and I've got a surprise for you.
This is a pineapple cake. We need 2 cups of flour, 2 cups of sugar, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 2 eggs, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and a can of pineapple.
And you don't even need a mixer. Okay, Shirley, this goes in a hot oven, 325 for how long?
25 minutes. Mark, you did such a great job.
Oh, look
I
at
want to
that.
give you this By Carrier apron.
Wow, since 1971, very impressive.
You might need it for the frosting.
What are we going to need for the frosting now?
We're going to need a 1.5 cups of cream cheese, 3/4 of a cup of butter, cup of 10x sugar, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And then as it goes,
I need to take a tour of this amazing house, so I'm going to sneak around and look at all the rooms, and then I'll be back to enjoy this delicious cake.
Every home here has a first level master bedroom suite,
Very high-end detail in this house.
tray ceiling, 5 1/4 base molding, and look, we've got 2 walk-in closets. And they say his and hers, but we always say hers and hers.
Hers and hers, right. And master bath, show me that.
Yes. Nice heated floor as a standard feature here. Walk-in shower.
You also have a bathtub.
This is a Whirlpool tub, 6 foot.
This is really what most people know as a basement, but it is a lower level living space. It's a bonus area.
Isn't this gorgeous?
It is absolutely gorgeous.
Many of the families here have finished their lower level space, whether it be for the grandchildren or just themselves, enjoying maybe another fireplace in the home, some nice built-ins.
And this is a lower level bathroom.
It just makes you feel really good. People love it because they're coming out of, a lot of times, out of larger homes, and they need the space in order to fill it up from the previous home.
Let me tell you something. Not only did I take a beautiful tour of this house, I also got to meet some wonderful new friends and neighbors.
Mark, come on down and have a piece of this delicious cake.
It's time for me to have cake. I love a burst of citrus color, no matter what time of year it is. So what if I can show you a creative idea to make tea lights with lemons and limes? You interested? Well, the project is really simple to do. Let me show you what you need first. Well, you're gonna need some lemons and some limes, a paring knife, a spoon, some tea lights, and if you're doing this for the first time, you probably want a little marker as well. Now, what you wanna do is you wanna start with your lemon and you want to clean it off. Then take your tea light and you want to put it upside down over your lemon. This is where you take your marker, if you're doing it for the first time, and trace it. Because I've done this for a while, I'm going to show you how I do it. Taking your paring knife, you want to hold it very close to the tip because that's the only part you're using. Now, you want to follow your trace or just simply follow your tea light. When you've completed this, you will notice it's quite juicy. So this is a great project to do over the sink. Go ahead and remove your tea light and you will have a complete trace. Remove that out, clean off any excess on the inside, and then put your lemon down and take your tea light and go ahead and put it over the surface and push down. You will notice when you do it right, it adds a funny little noise to it. Now, how to display it? Well, you can put it on a glass table just like this, but I would cover off a little bit of the base, or you can have some fun with it. I have it here in a martini glass, and here's a brandy glass, what I've done with the lime. The last thing you need to do is just light them up. And this is a wonderful way to bring a little burst of citrus color, Mother Nature, and everything that's good to a festive occasion. So, hopefully, I can light up your life as well.
I saw my first case of bed bugs about 5 years ago, knew that it was going to be really difficult to do inspections for them. So I heard about dogs that can actually sniff out bed bugs.
This is Ellie, and she is about 5 and a half, and I've been working with her for about 4 years now. This is my 4th year. So what I do with her is we get a call from somebody who typically says they're getting bit by something and they don't know what it is. So I bring her in with me, I ask the people a few questions, take a look around, and then I bring her in and we start usually from top to bottom. I check all the bedrooms, all the furniture, closets, etc. And then we work our way down until everything in the house is done being checked. And then her alert is scratching. So when she finds the odor of bed bugs, she scratches, and that's where I know where they are.
I could spend an hour to 2, possibly 3 hours inside that room, breaking it down completely and still come up empty-handed. A dog within 2 minutes can inspect that entire room with 98% accuracy. The dogs have to be trained on a daily basis, and what I mean by that is the dogs cannot eat unless they find bed bugs first. So first thing in the morning, we have to hide bed bugs in our office, let the dogs find them, and then they can eat.
I'm with them every single day, training at least 2 to 3 times a day for about 20 minutes each. So this dog is my partner in crime. It's great. My dad and I have a great relationship. We're really close, so it's really nice working with family. There's no trust issues. He tells me to do something and he knows I'm going to do it. So we can rely on one each other, and we're a great team.
My daughter is just a natural with animals, and she's been fantastic at this job ever since. So it's great having her with me. She's been with me for about 4 years, and I could say she's probably one of the top canine inspectors out there for bed bugs.
Yuck! Well, at least it's good to know that should those critters be around, QuestPest is there to get rid of them for good. Now here's a great trivia question for you. What do Winston Churchill, Thomas Edison, and General George Patton all have in common? I'll have the answer for you when we come back with more Northeast Living. Welcome back to Northeast Living. So, what do Winston Churchill, Thomas Edison, and General George Patton all have in common? Well, you'll be surprised to learn they all suffered from dyslexia. But in spite of that, they were all able to do some amazing things. Speaking of extraordinary people, our very own Sarah Cody had a chance to visit some very special people for herself.
The girls get the teacups.
6-year-old Dale Nehra loves to read and has an amazing ear for music.
It's unbelievable, the things he does sometimes. He really surprises us.
Dale is autistic and has been getting one-on-one help from Marcela Nunez for several months now.
My philosophy is that everyone can learn.
Nunez is a special ed teacher with a background in behavioral analysis, but her son provided the inspiration to open this private clinic.
A year and a half ago, he was diagnosed in the spectrum. As a mother, when he was younger, I drove him all over the state for therapy.
So Nunez opened the Innovative Autism Network, IAN for short, which is her son's name. Here, families can find all sorts of therapies right under one roof.
So people can come in and just get all the services back to back. I don't have to drive back and forth. The swing, from the occupational standpoint of it, will teach on the balance, body coordination.
The clinic has a gym.
We also have cameras in each one of those rooms, and the parents can get a laptop from the receptionist and watch the sessions.
And rooms for speech and occupational therapy.
We have about 42 families right now. And I'm thinking, what do those kids get to do after school?
So Nunez designed this brand new space, which will be used for after-school programs for special needs kids and any other children in the community.
And we're gonna have nutrition, we're gonna have music and art therapy and science.
Dale loves coming here, and his dad says his social skills are improving and his sense of independence is growing.
I'm very proud of how far he's come. It just gives us a lot of hope that someday he'll be able to function independently without any help at all.
It doesn't really matter the label, you know, what matters is what are we doing to address those needs.
That's Mommy Minute.
Hey Russ, how are you?
Welcome to Express Kitchens.
Thank you. What a great thing that you're doing. So tell me a little bit about Express Kitchens.
Well, basically here at Express Kitchens, we try and give a kitchen of value that's not overpriced. Most people tend to think in the marketplace that the average kitchen is $30,000 or $40,000.
Too expensive, don't want to do it.
Absolutely. You can see right up here, $299 a month for a kitchen that is installed, granite countertops. I'd like to say everything but the kitchen sink, but the fact is it includes that as well.
It includes the kitchen sink. And
correct.
that's for 4 years, and then by the time you're done, you have this beautiful quality kitchen.
That's correct.
Wow. Well, show me around a little bit of some of the details that you offer here.
Absolutely. Let me show you over here. We have a 20-foot kitchen display that's very indicative of the package that we offer.
Fantastic. Let's take a
Sure.
look. This is a big space.
This is it, Mar. It is actually 20 linear foot of kitchen cabinetry. You'll notice the cabinets are all wood. There's no particle board in our product whatsoever.
You know what I'm going to do? Because I always do this. I want to check how
Slam
it
it. Go ahead.
closes.
Hard as you can. There you go.
Wow.
You'll notice the crown molding on the tops is all part of the kitchen package. We custom design the kitchen with our professional designers in all 5 of our locations to fit your needs. Fact of the matter is, more often than not, we do the entire project from start to finish in less than 2 days.
Granite countertop, 1.25 inches.
1 1/4 solid granite.
Now you probably just have 1 or 2 to pick from, right?
Absolutely not. That's the best part. Let me show you.
Okay, let's take a look. Russ, look at all the different choices you have here.
Absolutely, Mar. And what you see on this wall, as amazing as it is, there are actually much more than this to pick from.
And what's wonderful is you can come into the showroom and you can really put the different granites up against the cabinets, touch the cabinets, really
That's
get
correct.
an idea of what you're going to have in your kitchen.
We can actually take the
Look at
countertop
that.
you choose, we can take it off and literally come back and put whichever one you like on your cabinet so that there's no guessing games. You know exactly what
So
your
you're
kitchen
getting
will
a
look
little
like.
mini kitchen right in front of you that
Exactly
you're
right.
designing.
Exactly right.
And with so many choices, well, Russ, thank you so much. You've been a big help with
My
all
pleasure,
this.
Mark.
Okay.
Thanks for coming to Express
Okay.
Kitchens.
These women are heading to their weekly exercise class armed with plenty of attitude and high heels.
You know, women have like a love-hate relationship with their heels. They make them look so good, but they're so uncomfortable. Well, behind me is a group of women. They're in there perfecting their strut and their confidence, and there's no sneakers required. Take a look.
It is time for the high heels. Let's put them on. So now we got to set up the runway.
I have one thing to say. You better work.
The class is called Catwalk Confidence. It's all in an effort to get women to step out boldly in high heels and protect themselves from various foot, knee, and back problems.
I think it slims out my legs, it makes me feel tall and sexy.
Usually I do feel pain in like my heels and my calves and stuff, but after taking this class, it's strengthened everything, and you know, I'm able to walk much longer in the heels.
On May 21st and 22nd, come down to the first ever Summer Fun Fest at the Connecticut Expo Center. Kick off summer with fun for the whole family. Enjoy exhibits covering travel, adventure, cooking, sports, and much, much more. You can even register for your chance to win a car. See cooking demos from Catherine Alford from the Food Network and meet Dr. Jim Sears from The Doctors. sampling, kids' activities, and so much more. With this kind of fun lined up, you know you'll be starting your summer right. From now through August 28th, visit the Fairfield Museum and History Center for the Images 2011 exhibit. Images 2011 features a retrospective of photojournalist Bill Epridge, whose storied career spans over 50 years. His iconic photographs for Life, National Geographic, and Sports Illustrated capture many important moments in American political and cultural history. Visit the Mark Twain House and Museum from now through June 22nd for the American Storytellers, Norman Rockwell and Mark Twain exhibit. This expansive exhibition unites the work of the famed writer and artist. American Storytellers examines the impact Mark Twain and Norman Rockwell had on American family and childhood, and features Rockwell's illustrations for Mark Twain's classic Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn. From now through June 12th, visit the Wadsworth Atheneum in downtown Hartford and tour Monet's paintings of his beautiful water garden. This exposition features paintings from various collections and offers a unique insight into Monet's development as an artist during the later part of his career. Visit www.wadsworthatheneum.org for more information. The Leffingwell House Museum invites artists, artisans, crafters, demonstrators, vendors, reenactors, educators, performers, and musicians to participate in the Leffingwell House Museum Market Days.
As the weather continues to get better, I found people out and about getting in some great shape. Now, one of Connecticut's biggest active participation events is the Hartford Marathon, which is run by a foundation with some interesting history. Take a look.
The Hartford Marathon Foundation is a not-for-profit organization. We were founded in 1994. I've been running the Marathon Foundation since my children were 6 and 2, and now they're 25 and 21. And they've been involved since I started. And my background is actually, I'm from the restaurant business, and I was a chef and restaurant manager, and I was a sommelier. I was in the wine business, so I have a different background. You know, I dealt with fine foods and wines, and now I deal with power bars and Gatorade. At the time I was running, I had created the Hartford Restaurant Association, which was just an association of the downtown Hartford restaurants to market and promote themselves. And an event came to town called the Bud Light Triathlon Series, and they needed a local race director. And they hired me as just a part-time position to manage this event. I was interested because I was an athlete and I thought it sounded fun. This was back in 1990. And that event lasted 2 years and I just loved it. It was completely different than cooking with lots of cream and butter and late nights and everything that goes into the restaurant business. So after that event actually went out of business, the company that owned it went out of business, and I thought, we can't let this go. It was too good for Hartford. I had a ball. I had a database of 1,000 volunteers who had helped. I said, we have to keep something going. And that's when I decided to create at that time it was the Hartford Marathon, and created that, and lots of the volunteers came back to support me in doing that. And that's how it got started. I did reach a point where I said, I don't want to be cooking and eating like this and cooking for people the way that we cooked back then. I was happy to go into an industry that was all about health and fitness, and it's just people in this industry, or people who do run or come out and are conscious of their health, are optimistic people. They have lots of positive energy, highly energetic people.
For more information on the stories you've seen, please visit ctnow.com/NEL.